all minorities are Bangladeshi citizen. The India talk about, you know, the India must not interfere of our own business. It's full stop. It should be full stop. It's not their business. All minorities are our citizen, and Bangladesh government will go by their law and rule. Okay, so should be full stop. And I think our leaders, political leaders, should ignore all propaganda by India and focus on rebuild our country and country needs and citizen needs. That is my take. Now, if I may ask a question, it's kind of two different area. Record shows recently India has moved their S-400 missile defense and fourth and fifth generation fighter jet in Assam near Bangladeshi border. Do you think Bangladesh will be attacked by India? If does, what would be preparation to response against India aggression, or is Bangladesh ready for it?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chap. I appreciate. I take your point very positively that in Bangladesh we don't have minority. I remember one of the political leaders clearly mentioned that what you said, we don't have minority. We all people are brothers and sisters. We are citizens of the same country. So some of us might be Muslims, some of us might be Christians, some of us might be Hindus, but there is no minority. We all have equal rights as citizens of Bangladesh. So we don't discriminate on the basis of our religiosity, our ethnicity, or even if we have some Aboriginal people. As long as someone is a citizen of Bangladesh, we don't discriminate on the basis of language, on the basis of color, on the basis of religion, nothing. And that's been our history, that's been our tradition, that's been our legacy, full stop. And no one can show that in Bangladesh there has been any clash, any conflict, any disharmony on the basis of religion. If we don't say it has never happened, but that's not on the basis of religion. That's not, it's actually politically motivated agenda executed. But there has never been actual fight between various religious groups, never. If ever there apparently happened such thing, it was actually politically triggered, politically motivated with political objectives. And that's why the people of Bangladesh are united against any religious repression, any cultural hegemony, any persecution of so-called minority. We don't say we have minority, but if there is any small group of people among us, we don't tolerate any persecution. And on your question of whether India can attack and whether Bangladesh is ready to fight back, we have seen the courage and the power and strength of the mass people of Bangladesh. We have successfully fought against the heavily equipped, trained, and one of the best armies of the world community, the Pakistan army. Bangladeshi people were armless, without any arms, without any training. They just momentarily organized and trained themselves, and they crashed humiliatingly crushed the Pakistani army. If you take the 1965 war between Pakistan and India, the Bangladesh part of then Pakistan, the East Pakistan played a great role to crush India. India has learned a big lesson since 1965. And since then, India has a vendetta. India is always, mindful of how to divide the two parts of Pakistan and to weaken and to take revenge. And although we are proud of 71, our victory, Bangladesh's victory against Pakistan, but India took it in their own political gain, not that they actually supported us for the sake of our independence, for the sake of our freedom. We achieved freedom, we achieved independence, that's true. But India had a completely different agenda. Not that they liked us, not that they fought for our right, not that they wanted us to prosper. No, they actually had the agenda of dividing Pakistan, making Pakistan weak, and if Pakistan gets independence, they wanted to basically bring East Pakistan, the liberated part of Pakistan, in the name of Bangladesh within their wing, so that it becomes another part of India. That was their agenda, not that they supported the cause of Bangladesh. But anyway, we, the Bangladeshi people, understand that very well. And that's why 16, 15 years of political hegemony, the absolutism, the absolute power exerted on the people of Bangladesh through their puppet government, Sheikh Hasina. And whenever there comes bilateral agreement between India and Bangladesh, apparently on the paper it's an agreement, but India has never given effect to any terms and conditions of any bilateral agreement, whereas Bangladesh, particularly through this fascist regime, has given cent by cent all terms and conditions dictated by India to them, even to the extent that Bangladeshi people, they had a right to know what we are giving and what we are getting from them. But Bangladeshi people were kept in darkness. They didn't know what our people in power gave to India. And through that way, they did judicial killing in our country. They actually wanted to exterminate the anti-India and political element, cultural element, intellectual element from Bangladesh. They wanted to eliminate, and they did so. But the people of Bangladesh, especially the students, the youngsters who didn't have any political background, who didn't train themselves in any political environment, momentarily they took all the risks. They just showed their commitment that we have come to the street, no point of return. We are not going to return home unless and until we liberate this country. And India was present, RAW was present, and within Bangladesh, all the powers and authorities dictated by the Indian agents. What did happen? Did they sustain?
No.
Were India able to keep Hasina in power? Were they able to crush the unarmed, helpless students of Bangladesh?
No.
So if ever India dared to attack Bangladesh, they will learn another lesson, not from our soldiers. Of course, our soldiers are brave enough. They are well equipped, they are well trained. And that's one of the other reasons that through the Pilkhana massacre, they wanted to destroy our India. And because then BDR was basically under the control of army, and that BDR crashingly defeated their BSF several times, India being huge power surrounding all parts of Bangladesh except the Bay of Bengal and Myanmar. So being that big power, having all three sides of Bangladesh surrounded by India, still BSF was crashingly defeated by the BDR. Why? Because BDR personnel were basically deployed from Bangladesh army. So they know about the strength of Bangladeshi army. And so we still have that army. If
We need it.
any time any war takes place between India and Bangladesh, we have full confidence, inshallah, the Bangladesh army will teach a lesson to Indian armies. We don't expect any war between two neighboring countries, but we have that confidence. Our army is fully patriot. Our army has full faith in Allah. They don't mind to give up their life for the cause of the nation, because that will be also in line with their faith that they will become martyr in the way of Allah by defending a Muslim nation, a nation, in fact. And of course, in addition to that, every single citizen of Bangladesh are committed to defend the sovereignty and freedom, the integrity of Bangladesh. So, yes, Bangladesh is ready to fight back, not only India, any threat, any challenge, any external forces threat to Bangladesh. And hopefully, people of Bangladesh unitedly defeat such attack on Bangladesh and maintain Bangladesh's freedom, independence, sovereignty, and integrity, inshallah.